Welcome to the second episode of the Ballz podcast. First and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank you with all my heart for listening, checking out our page, commenting, liking, subscribing. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, and SoundCloud at the Ballz podcast. Chris, a lot happened this week in sports. Of course, you got your football going on. You had some fights. Baseball still trucking on. You got the NHL and the Stanley Cup. You got a bunch of sports going on.
NBA
is also there.
UFC. We have a lot to go through with this podcast today. I think the first and foremost we should go through is games. So we're going with Ohio, Battle of Ohio, Cincy versus Cleveland, Joey Burrow.
Is hot trash.
How? 60 throws. Second game ever. No preseason. How do you still think he's hot trash?
Because you're an NFL quarterback. You can throw 60 times if they need you to throw 60 times. It's about wins and losses. That's why Tom Brady's the GOAT. Because he wins Super Bowls.
I'm saying I love Tom Brady. I love Peyton. I love all the greats. Never seen them throw 60 passes in their second game in the NFL.
Patrick Mahomes.
He didn't throw 60 passes.
But look at what he did.
Doesn't matter. You gave him the whole playbook on week 2 with no preseason.
Listen.
Baker's the fourth best quarterback in his division now. Joey Burrow is number 3. It is crazy how good that kid's going to be.
I think you're way too high on Joe Burrow right now. He lost to Tyrod Taylor. He lost to Baker Mayfield.
He lost to Bosa, and he lost to the Browns in a hole. Baker was a game manager the whole game. It was Nick Chubb. It was the running game of the Cleveland Browns that went all the way through, honestly.
So then he can't win against game managers, and if you can't win against game managers, who are you going to win against?
When you don't have a line, and your only receiver is really Tyler Boyd at that point, because A.J. Green, I don't know what's going on with A.J. Green. He just looks like a shell of himself. Maybe it's because there's no preseason. He's getting the hits under his skin.
Or he was injured and now is old.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I still would like to think A.J. Green's still A.J. Green, but maybe Father Time's catching up with him. But Joe Burrow, if Cincinnati ever places around him the players he needs, like just a line, since he's going to be dangerous. Finally, the Bengals got their quarterback right.
I think he might be another Andy Dalton where he's okay while he's there, and that's all he'll ever be. I think we're just going to have to wait to see how the season unfolds and see how the rest of his career unfolds, honestly, until we could say true judgment on him.
If you say so. If you say so. That's fine with me.
So, second game we have here, the Rams 37, Eagles 19. Tyler Higbee, major step up from week 1. 3 TD catches.
Yes, but I don't think he's the main vocal point. You notice they were on a fire sale getting rid of Clay, Todd Gurley. They couldn't pay anyone. They don't have anyone except Goff and their receivers right now, and Aaron Donald, obviously, but he's the only man on defense.
Jalen Ramsey's there.
He hasn't popped off the screen for me yet, but we'll see. McVay is playing and coaching like the coach everyone said he was going to be. McVay is what it is now. We all thought it was going to be Kyle Shanahan when he first got Jimmy and he was working with C.J. Beathard and all those backup quarterbacks. McVay is playing with the scraps from last year, and he's showing he could do it. The play actions with Jared Goff, Higbee, Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp, he's making this team what it is, and I just think it's the McVay effect.
I could agree with that. I think McVay is a very solid to good coach in the NFL. He doesn't have a lot to work with except for, of course, Woods and Kupp, who are 2 stars in themselves.
What do you think of Golf? Do you think he's a top 15 quarterback?
Top 15?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so
top 15, I would put him
if you're a top 15 quarterback and maybe I'm gonna say top 8 coach in the league, you should be able to get it done, and they're getting it done.
Yeah.
On the other side, the Eagles,
the joke of a team still.
I would not be surprised if they start seeing some packages for the backup quarterback they drafted this year. Well, Jalen Hurts. If you start seeing packages, 5 to 10 play packages for him, that means the Wentz's time is coming to an end.
No, they're not going to get rid of Wentz.
He's just one hit away from another injury and being out all year.
So is every other quarterback in the league.
Sure, but he's shown that one hit will put him out a whole year twice.
I think that the Eagles are they're trying to find who they are right now. Because you have Alshon out. Wentz doesn't know who he wants to throw to. Mm-hmm. You have 2 budding tight ends. One that's probably the 3rd tight end in the league if he wants to be.
Hurts.
And then the other one, Dallas Goedert, he's coming up. He's making a name for himself. They just need to find who they want to be on offense. Their defense is absolutely atrocious.
Mm-hmm.
Fletcher Cox is the only name on that defense, and...
Marcus Peters, but he's not being Marcus Peters.
No, Marcus Peters is on the Ravens.
I'm sorry, not Marcus Peters. The guy they got from Detroit.
He's on the Jets.
No, he's not. Slay?
There's Slay.
He's on the Jets?
Oh, wait, no, he is...
He's on the Eagles.
Is he on the Eagles?
He's on the Eagles.
Oh, I knew it was a green team that he went to.
He's on the Eagles.
It really doesn't matter because he's not doing anything, obviously, to help out the team.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with them. I'm now promoting Jalen Hurts.
See, you're so ready to move on from quarterbacks, but Joe Burrow's garbage, and you won't move on from him.
He's not garbage.
Well, you know what? Whatever. All right. Let's just keep on moving on.
Falcons, Cowboys. Falcons, you did it again.
Choke artist.
Not only did you choke the onside kick, Julio, what are you doing?
What I said from the beginning, Julio is not the number 1 receiver in the league.
Julio, if you are the premier top, can we just agree he's top 3? Before that atrocious job, Matty Ice Ryan put it in the bread basket. And he just let it go. It's like he wasn't wearing the gloves that stick to everything.
Yeah, no, he definitely should have caught that ball. It's kind of ridiculous that he doesn't. I guess all the great ones have drops in their careers, but...
I can't think of one for Larry Fitz.
Yeah, that man has 97% catch rate? He's only dropped 3 balls in his career or something.
He was on Sports Science, and he was catching them upside down.
Yeah, so, Julio, you need to clean it up. You need to not yell at other receivers on your team when you're the one dropping balls now. Cowboys... looked like the Cowgirls for the
first 3
quarters, and then the Dak attack came to town, and for some reason things started clicking for him. He started making throws. Amari was catching it. You had CeeDee Lamb stepping up.
Zeke 8.
And Zeke 8. You feed that man, you get good results. When Mike McCarthy first got hired for that head coaching job, I thought it was a match made in heaven.
It is.
You have a monster running back, and all McCarthy wanted to do in Green Bay was try and pound the ball. That's why he picked up Eddie Lacy, to try and pound the ball down somebody's throat. Now you have a good offensive line. Now you have a monster running back who all he wants to do is run it down someone's throat. The Cowboys should be good. The Falcons, you're in danger of starting 1-7 just like last year.
Dan Quinn is on the hot seat, and
his ass is on fire right now.
But I can see him going. He's going to get picked right up, if not as a head coach, as a coordinator.
Definitely.
I can see him going to Dallas. I could see him being the defensive coordinator to Dallas.
No,
what?
No,
they don't have it. Their defense was atrocious last year, and right now they're still putting up points on them. So I don't know.
I don't think Dan Quinn will take anything less than a head coaching job, to be honest with you.
I thought that about what's his name, Hugh Jackson. and he ended up being a consultant / coordinator.
Hugh Jackson was an okay coach at best.
I don't know. Supposedly he was the guru.
Mark Trestman was a guru. You want to talk about that?
Oh, my God.
Exactly. We don't go back there, all right?
But we're the Bears. We make dumb
We don't go back
decisions. There. Moving on. Tampa Bay, the Gronkaneers, with the first W of the season, Leonard Fournette ran it to hell.
I mean, they definitely made me eat my words. I said that they would not win.
0-4.
I said that they would not win in their first
Eat
4
crow.
games. Unfortunately, they met a Panthers team that, besides Christian McCaffrey,
I don't want to.
abysmal.
I don't want to hear. Unfortunately, nothing. You said 0-4.
I still don't think that they're going to be
They
good.
almost doubled them up. I don't want to hear anything. Tampa Bay, we're running wild.
Tampa Bay with a coach who calls you out. Sure, Tom Brady can handle it. Sure.
Exactly. We're not. They're men. They can handle something like this. You could call out a quarterback. I mean, how many times did they call out Coach Clapp?
But you're calling out a coach. You're not calling out the greatest
Okay,
player of all
but he's
time.
also 43's damn near a coach. He's a player's coach. He's a coach on the field.
I don't think we're getting to the root of what's happening.
What's happening?
Tom Brady can still not throw the ball downfield.
Oh, my God.
He had to have a meeting with Bruce Arians to take stuff out of the playbook, which he didn't like.
He didn't have a preseason. He doesn't know the playbook. And when he tried to go get the playbook, he got ridiculed. I don't want to hear. He couldn't even go to the park to go throw a Gronk. They made him go home.
Like he should have.
Oh, my goodness.
For quarantine.
Well, it's Florida.
Yeah, it is Florida. So, anything is kind of legal in Florida. But,
We're getting serious, with McCaffrey being out, they are in serious troubles, the Panthers. Teddy Bridgewater does not have an easy road for him.
nope.
So, if I'm a Panthers, I'm throwing this season out.
Do you think Teddy Bridgewater is a starting QB? I
No.
know we have a very small sample size right
No.
now.
I mean, I saw him in the Vikings. No.
Even from back then?
No.
You don't think
I
he's
don't-
grown at all?
No. I think he is the premier backup. I think he's the guy to come in kind of like Nick Foles with the
Tyrod
Eagles.
Taylor?
Yeah, I mean, I can put him in the same conversation. But I think he's the guy, if your starter goes out, especially in the playoffs, you're okay for 2-3 games. I especially if they condense the playbook. But they're giving him the whole playbook. They're giving him the keys. They gave him the money. And the expectations are a little bit too big for him right now.
No, I agree. I don't think that Teddy Bridgewater should have gotten a starting job, to be honest with you. I mean, the Panthers took a chance. It's probably going to come back to bite them in the ass. And right now, all you have on that team is Christian McCaffrey and I guess Robbie Anderson. He's not doing horrible.
Oh, thank you, Robbie.
He's not doing horrible.
Thank you, Robbie. Moving on. What's left of the 49ers and the Jets?
Yeah, whatever the 49ers are about to roster this upcoming Sunday, you might not know anybody's name, to be honest with you.
I mean,
There was a slew of injuries. You got Bosa hurt. You got Jimmy G hurt. Mostert went down. George Kittle was hurt before this game even started. Now you got Tevin Coleman, the backup running back, who's doubtful for this week. Richard Sherman, he was
hurt.
he was hurt.
Reoccurring. They called it a flare-up. You don't have flare-ups in your Achilles.
Yeah.
That means your Achilles is that something's really going wrong and they don't want to say it. I mean, he's older. You can't. It's not that he's washed or anything. That's the body. It's father time.
Yep.
Especially if I think the quarterback is the only position where you may be able to stretch it out, unless you're Frank Gore.
Yeah, that father time. He is father time.
He's literally turning back the time.
Yeah.
But
in this game, I mean, we told you who was hurt. San Francisco still put up 31 points. The Jets put up 13, and
I mean,
the Jets will be the worst team.
The biggest story of the Jets is that the CEO of the organization signed off on Adam Gase still. Said he is one of the most brilliant offensive minds he's ever seen, which may be true. Seeing what he did with Cutler here, you have to be brilliant. But you're not a leader of men. You can't be the head coach if no one wants to follow you. You could be a coordinator, you could be a QB coach, but you can't be a head coach. You can't be anything high, you can't be a GM, anything like that if no one wants to follow you into battle.
I completely agree, and once again, I will reiterate, the Jets will be the worst team in the NFL this season.
It's a toss-up between them and the TBDs, but yeah.
Nope. At least Dwayne Haskins looks
Don't
decent.
No. We're not comparing Sam Darnold and Dwayne Haskins.
Oh, we are.
Give me Sam. It's not Sam's fault.
Yeah, go see some ghosts. Go see some ghosts somewhere else.
It's Belichick, man. You can't get mad at him for that.
What?
God, he saw ghosts of Belichick.
Come on.
Just moving on. Big Ben, of course, doing Big Ben things.
And 2 more injuries to talk about, I guess, in this one.
Yeah,
Cortland Sutton, out.
Yeah, you can talk about that. Or you can talk about Big Ben. Like everyone should be. He's having a resurgence.
A resurgence of what?
He didn't play last year. Everyone thought he was washed up, and he had his elbow is off the socket last year, and people were
a resurgence of what, though? What are you saying? Are you saying possibly another Super Bowl? Or are you saying it possibly another 5 years?
I'm thinking 3 more years. They're going to draft his heir apparent either this year or next year, and 3 more years of Big Ben, and the next 2 years are going to be contending for the. But they're in the AFC. That's the problem. Baltimore
with the
and
Ravens?
Chiefs. I don't know. I don't know about the Ravens yet. I don't know.
What?
If
you're telling me you're not
Chiefs
sold
versus
on
Ravens,
Lamar,
who are you taking? I want to hear an honest answer. Chiefs versus Ravens.
I'm taking the Ravens.
You are. What are you smoking?
I'm taking the Ravens.
I know you're not smoking.
Lamar Jackson is a more dynamic quarterback than Patrick Mahomes.
Okay, but he loves losing. It looks like. Get out of here with that. He can't pass.
He can very much pass.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
All those empty stats in his last playoff game.
We'll get to him.
Just Big Ben. That's all I want to hear.
And Drew Lock went down in this game too.
This is just irrelevant.
Is it?
Irrelevant.
Drew Lock was actually looking decent.
No, Drew. In all seriousness, Drew Lock is the first one that Elway hit on, and Drew Lock's gonna be. I believe Sutton and Drew Lock will be a good combo. I don't think they're gonna be anything too special. But once they get Von Miller back, there are probably 1 or 2 pieces, 1 more receiver. Seeing how Jerry Jeudy comes, I don't know. He might just be a slot, but slot guys, Wes Welker, make names for themselves.
Yeah, they eat.
But I think you're one really good either linebacker or end away from being really contenders.
They have Von Miller and Bradley Chubb. Bradley Chubb is no scrub.
Yeah, but one's out and one's in and one's always out. You just gotta get. You gotta.
So you're saying trade Von Miller?
Oh no. You don't.
Really?
You don't trade Von Miller. Yeah, he's been there his whole career. He's still good, and he's. I hope he retires a Bronco. I hope it's on higher, like he goes on top, kind of like Ray Lewis. But I really do hope he retires a Bronco.
Trade Von Miller to the Bears, Khalil Mack and Von Miller duo.
Or not.
It would never happen.
You're asking the Bears to do something smart. That's your problem, my friend.
Yeah, no, that'll never happen. But you know what? Broncos don't look horrible. Steelers on a good roll right now. I think we could take that away from them. Moving on, we got the Titans and the Jags, which was actually a very close game.
Minshew mania.
All day.
Give me it.
All day.
We're running wild, brother.
Anybody who's not sold on Minshew right now, you just should not watch the NFL. It's not for you.
DJ Chark is going ballistic with him, too. They have no one. Those are the only 2 guys that of name they have.
DJ Chark and Minshew?
And
Laviska Shenault is kind of putting up points right now.
I bet you the average Joe right now does not know who you just said.
They probably
heard of Minshew.
I don't think anybody watches Jacksonville games except for fans of Jacksonville. Yeah. I would totally agree with that. I mean, you look at this game, it's 33-30. The Titans come out on top. Tannehill didn't have a spectacular game. He had a game manager type game.
Is Tom Coughlin still in their offices?
For the
Jaguars?
For the Jags? No, Tom Coughlin.
He resigned, right?
He resigned,
okay.
Yes. He might have died. That man was so old.
Put some respect on this man's name, man.
I mean...
He got Eli 2 of them.
Rip Tom Coughlin. But if you are dead, but if not, I mean... Sorry?
Put respect on that man's name.
So Tannehill did an alright job.
No,
he didn't throw
Tannehill,
crazy.
He was very efficient. I think we got to give him for what he is. He needs to be this all the time. A game manager, very efficient, and you can't give away possessions. And Tannehill's doing just that. He's making all the throws he needs to, but he's not giving away points. With Derrick Henry, that's a good recipe.
Yes. With Derrick Henry in your backfield, that is a good recipe. You pound the ball down somebody's throat, and then Tannehill gets you those little first downs that you need, that little dink and dunk. Don't turn the ball over. Mm-hmm. It's a perfect recipe, honestly. And with that Titans defense that's looking pretty decent right now, I mean, you gave up 30 points to the Jags, but Minshew Mania, you can't stop it. You just can't. So, overall, Titans look decent. Jags are surprising right now.
I mean...
Surprising everybody.
Minshew just needs his Macho Man Randy Savage, and it's over. That's it.
Think so?
If they get the superpowers together, it's over.
Okay.
Moving on. Unfortunately, we got to talk about these two teams, one in a good way and one in a bad.
Sure.
The Packers. I mean, I'm glad he got Aaron Rodgers. He's on my fantasy team. I'm happy, yada, yada.
Not a true Bears fan if you have any Packers on your fantasy team.
Look, we got money on the line, guy. We have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait, whoa. Don't you have 2 Packers on your team?
That I'm trading.
I haven't approved the trades yet. It hasn't gone through. Lazard, I heard you. I seen it.
Listen, we're trading Packers.
No, you still picked them up.
I'm also taking Mason Crosby, just to let you know.
You're taking Crossbar?
Yeah, Crossbar.
It's about
Crosby.
to be winter.
Yeah,
you should not take Crossbar.
I'm going to take Crosby. He's doing good. Aaron Rodgers throwing up points. He's getting points. But during this game, Rodgers showed who he was again. He's mad.
Love.
He wants to kill people.
You think Love gets traded, or do you think he just waits out the 3 years?
No, I really think that since Rodgers is going off right now, that the Packers are going to sell him for a lot. That's why I truly think.
I don't think they can sell him for a lot if they can't play him. If no one sees what he's going to be. I mean, what's a lot to you? A first rounder a lot? Or is the second rounder like what you expect?
Aaron Rodgers is going away for no less than a first rounder.
No, not Rodgers. Love. Are you saying Love is going to get traded or Rodgers?
I think that since Rodgers is showing out right now, the Packers are going to get greedy and trade him for something very high.
You're going to have riots in Wisconsin. If you give up, especially this season, like say they go crazy and they flare out for whatever reason, and it's not Rodgers' fault, there are going to be legitimate riots at Lambeau.
I'm not saying that they have to trade him this year. Maybe next year.
Well, they have to. Next year is his contract year.
Is it really?
And that's when they lose leverage.
Ooh. Well.
Come to the Bears.
No.
Come to the Bears, please.
Nope.
I'll forgive all your transgressions if you come to the Bears.
Nope. I mean, I would like him to come to the Bears, but, just until it happens, I'm going to say no just to save face.
We'll see. What do you think about Detroit? Poor Matty P, man. I think he's a good coach. I legitimately think he's a good coach.
Patricia just needs to go back to where he came from and go to a defense somewhere which he can control.
Come to the Bears, please.
What do you mean? Chuck Pagano's doing a decent job.
I don't know. I mean, I gotta see. Khalil Mack just got his first sack this last game, but it was also against the no-line Giants. So, I got to see how Chuck uses Khalil. I mean, sure, Khalil's getting triple-teamed, but why is Hakeem Hicks not getting sacks at that point?
I mean,
Is it coaching or the players? What are you trying to say now?
We'll figure that out when we get there. But, I mean, the Lions, they kind of look abysmal. They're missing Kenny Galladay.
Oh, I know. I lost.
They're missing Kenny Galladay. They just need to find who they are right now.
Play AP. Let this man break Emmitt Smith's record, please. I like the guy.
I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone in the league likes the guy now. He's old and he's good. Still.
Yeah. I mean, he still got it. Moving on, Bills and Dolphins. Fitzmagic showed some flares.
He had some of the magic in the beard that day, but
you know, his grand finale fell short.
Yeah, the Josh Allen.
Stephon Diggs.
Josh Allen.
I mean, but Josh Allen last year too. But Stephon Diggs is opening this man how well he can pass. Because he didn't have anyone in Stephon Diggs' realm last year. And yeah, he's a little inaccurate, so he has to reach a little bit. But there's no more drops, like atrocious drops. And now he's getting his yard. He just put up he hasn't put up 300 yards back to back ever. And now he just did it now in the NFL.
He got 400 this game.
Even better.
So, yeah, Josh Allen, for some ungodly reason, is looking like the truth for the NFL. Like, he might be, I don't want to say it too soon, he might be in the realm of the new guard with Jackson and Mahomes. He might be that third contender.
Do you just not like passing quarterbacks and you only like them running? What is your... What?
You have to look at...
He's not in that realm.
You have to
Joe Burrow's before that.
What?
Oh, my goodness.
You have to look at the new sport that's coming. Faster, bigger, better, stronger.
I guess I'm the old head who likes pocket passing. Excuse me.
Yeah, you're not going to have your Rivers, your Brady, and your Breeze.
I got my Joe Burrow.
Who can't move. Joe Burrow even ran the ball
when he has to. I got my Danny Dimes, my Joe Burrow, and my homeboy. I'm cool.
Mahomes runs the ball too.
When he has to, but he's a pocket passer to start. That cannon, he's Favre. He is Favre.
Josh Allen can throw the ball further than Mahomes.
He's very inaccurate.
That means nothing. He's still a pocket passer.
If you're a quarterback, how does that mean nothing?
I think everyone's a pocket passer. Where do you start? In the pocket. You're a pocket passer.
Not Lamar.
Lamar runs when he has to.
Every play?
When he has to, yes.
Oh, my.
When no one's open, guess what? He's making plays with his legs.
People are going to think I hate Lamar, but he's just, oh, man. It's just ridiculous what you say sometimes.
So, moving on. We got the Colts and the Vikings. Colts won this game 28-11. Surprising to me, but, you know...
It's just old man Rivers.
It's just old man Rivers. I mean, I don't like him. I'm sorry to say.
He didn't even have a really good game. It was a running game.
Exactly. I don't think he looks comfortable. I think his arm looks tired. I think he looks tired.
But I think it's the same thing with Tom Brady and every other quarterback who's moved. They don't know the playbook yet. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Taylor, let's not take away anything from Taylor. That guy just went off.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Phillip Rivers looking, like you said, pedestrian. You know I like him. 214, 1 tub, 1 interception, 19 out of 25. Unfortunately, one of my favorite receivers, T.Y., is just not putting it up. I don't know what's going on. He's not hurt. He needs to get it together. Him and Phillip Rivers need to come together and make that combo work.
I mean, let's be honest here. Phillip Rivers had an average game at best.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins had a abysmal game.
How do you have, going into fantasy, how do you have negative points? Not even -1, 2, -7.68, depending on what league you're in. That is atrocious.
I mean... It was a battle of the defenses, I guess you could say.
Who can out-INT who? That's exactly what it was.
I mean, yeah, there was nothing going for the Vikings. Kirk Cousins is atrocious. Kirk Cousins was always atrocious. He was...
Oh, man. Why you gotta bash him like that, man? He's a good quarterback. He just had a bad game.
He's a good quarterback who can't move and can't get out of the pocket.
That's a pocket passer.
But he's not good.
Oh, my God. He just lost Stephon Diggs. Does that matter?
No. You still have Am Thielen.
Okay, he's one man.
Drew Brees has Michael Thomas.
Drew Brees is a top 5 quarterback of all time. They're not comparable. Kirk Cousins is not going to be top 30 of all time.
So, what would you say? What quarterback is comparable to Kirk Cousins? And don't give me a new age quarterback. Don't give me one of these young bucks. Give me somebody in the league that's comparable to Kirk Cousins. Was Tannehill comparable to
You know what? Tannehill back in Miami. They don't use it the same way as they did in Miami.
Okay.
But Tannehill Miami also threw a very beautiful ball. It was Adam Gase. It was Adam Gase with Tannehill. I don't know what to tell you.
All I know is Vikings made a mistake by signing Kirk Cousins. Phillip Rivers needs to retire. These two teams are not going to be good until these two quarterback issues get fixed. That's it. That's the plain and simple about these two teams.
You want to bet the Colts make the playoffs?
The Colts make the playoffs?
Yes. They're not going to be good until they make... No, Phillip Rivers is the shit.
Phillip Rivers is shit.
Put your money where your mouth is. Since Phillip Rivers is going to break their back...
You know what? Fine. I'll put a dub on it.
No, I want to put 10 push-ups on it.
10 push-ups?
We're both fat, if you guys didn't know.
That's true. We're both overweight. Okay. Let's do push-ups.
Okay, 10 push-ups.
We got push-ups.
On video.
You know what? I'll up the ante.
What?
We'll do 10 push-ups, 10 sit-ups.
Whoa. I'm not going on Biggest Loser. What's going on here?
Yeah, 10 push-ups, 10 sit-ups, 10 squats. That's our wager. Colts make the playoffs.
All right, shake on it.
All right, we're shaking on it right now.
Okay, cool.
All right, that deal's done. So, that game,
Moving on. Cardinals to the TBDs. No.
Washington football team.
Don't make me call them by their name.
Wow.
Don't make me call... No, the Washington football team. That's ugly. Ugly.
Hey, man.
The TBDs. They don't know what they want to be.
Washington football team.
Dan Snyder's going to keep the Washington football team. He's going to be that spiteful to keep that name.
I would. I would.
But in this game, Kyler Murray lighting me up in fantasy as usual. Hopkins doing Hopkins things, and now Larry is coming back like he's 30 years old again. The guy had 7 receptions out of 8 targets. No, I'm sorry. 6 receptions out of 7 targets for 56 yards.
It's Larry.
But what I'm saying is everyone thought he was washed up, that he needed to go in the slot. He's just a crafty veteran. No, he was getting doubled because that's the only receiver they had.
Yeah.
So now he's getting single coverage because D-Hop's here, and they're like, oh, he's still good at 5, 6 years old?
49. I'll give Larry 49, and he's still moving like this. I don't know.
Do you think he stays in the league to try to go to at least second on Jerry Rice?
I think the way things are going with the Cardinals right now, he stays for 2 more years.
Huh. Okay. I'm willing to say that, yeah.
Yep. You have an emerging quarterback in Kyler Murray. You just got DeAndre Hopkins. You have Christian Kirk, who hasn't been the greatest this year, but, he'll fit in at some point. You have Kenyon Drake, who is a perfect back.
Weapons. You can't feed them all every game.
Exactly. And if I know Larry, he's going to help out his team and take a friendly deal.
But that man, not only does he catch, he blocks, and he likes blocking.
Oh, yeah. He's a all-around, pure pro, pure NFL, pure Pro Bowl, pure all-star wide receiver. Larry Fitzgerald.
No diva. No, sir. I wish we had more Larry Fitzes in this league.
100%. I agree with you. If every receiver was Larry Fitz, this league would be amazing.
Oh, my God.
But there can only be one Larry Fitz.
Moving on. Ravens and Texans. I honestly don't know what to tell you about this game, guys. Ingram didn't have a great game. He had very pedestrian numbers. The defense held up on the Ravens' end. Defense is pick 6. Marcus Peters. Great. Lamar, only 200-something passing yards. Greatest passer in the game, as Ryan says it.
Greatest quarterback in the game.
Do you believe that? Are you really putting him over Mahomes and Russell Wilson right now? I want to hear you say I believe that.
I think he's over Mahomes. I don't think he's actually over Wilson. As potential-wise goes, I think he's over Mahomes. I don't think he's over Wilson.
I'm gonna just...
You put Lamar and Kansas City Chiefs with Andy Reid.
Kelsey's not the same, and neither's Tyreek because he's not going to find Tyreek downhill.
Yes, they are.
No.
Yes, they are.
No.
You have the bootleg Tyreek and Hollywood Brown over there. You have the bootleg Kelsey and Mark Andrews over there. You give him the real versions, and he does double of what he's doing right now.
Okay. If you really think that... I mean, you know what? If he did that with Andy Reid, that'd be Andy Reid's greatest coaching job. Greatest coaching job.
Well, I mean, he ripped up the Texans. The Texans, again, really aren't that great this year. Deshaun's a good quarterback on a shitty team with a shitty coach, and Bill O'Brien, who's wasting his time. It's insane.
That's something I want to ask you. You know how he's the GM and the coach right now?
Yes.
So who do you think they find another coach to be both, or do you think they're going to go separate on the next one? Because he's definitely out after this year.
You think so?
He has to be. This Hopkins trade is not working out.
No trade he's made has
No,
worked out.
the Laramie Tunsil and the Clowney trades both worked out because Clowney didn't put up any stats and they saved the money. And they needed to get Laramie Tunsil to protect Deshaun. Those 2 trades worked. It's the idiotic trade of Hopkins that is going to kill him. I think they go with separating it. I think they're going to hire a new head coach, which if I'm going to guess, maybe Dan Quinn.
Well, if he's a GM, doesn't he also have a say in who's the next head coach?
No, they're going to fire him altogether. I think.
You think he's gone altogether?
I think he's gone. I think the owner's going to say, "Get out of my organization."
I think you're half right. I actually think they're going to let him be the GM and just get a new coach, and he goes find a new coach.
Such a bad decision.
Oh,
I would let him. I'd rather him coach than be my GM after the trades he's making.
With the Texans, they're just...
At least I know he could coach. He coached Matt Schaub to the playoffs.
Yeah, the Texans are doo-doo. Brandon Cooks kind of came alive.
Yeah, no, resurgence.
Yeah, he's a good wide receiver. Everyone just thinks that he's bad because he's bounced around the league.
No, he just has concussions every big play.
He's a good trade piece. That's literally what he is.
If you want a second-round pick, there's Brandon Cooks.
There's Brandon Cooks up there with that contract. That's all he is, and I mean, there's nothing much to say about this game other than Texans look bad again. Ravens look good. That's it.
All right, Chiefs, Chargers. Let's get it out there. Tyrod Taylor. They already said he's going to stay for the next 4 weeks, potentially. I'm on the total vote. Let's put Herbert in.
Herbert looked good.
Great. He kept up with the Chiefs. I mean, I know it wasn't only him. The defense kept him down.
Defense locked down Mahomes for most of the game, and Eckler did a lot of the heavy lifting.
He kept it a balanced game instead of him just throwing 60 times like Burrow.
But for Herbert to be put in the game and not throw 6 interceptions...
Not practice with the first string either.
Yeah, no. For Herbert to go in, be calm, take the game to overtime, and potentially win it, but didn't, it's not bad.
We don't do almost.
Yeah.
We don't do almost here.
I mean, you also have to put a lot of that game on the Chiefs for making it so close. I forget how many penalties they had, but every time the play ended, you saw a flag on the field.
I also think they're just calling it so tight this year.
Really?
I mean, we'll talk about this later, but the Raiders-Saints game, the first half, there were so many penalties.
I mean...
There's so many they're afraid to get a pass interference call now wrong because what happened to the Saints. I think there's just... let them play. If it's atrocious, please call it. But let them play.
I think most of the calls this year have been good calls. I haven't seen one call that
they're not
has been...
wrong. I just think you gotta let... If it's not the fourth quarter, it doesn't decide the game on a bad call. Don't call it.
See, but that's the thing. You're in the old head mentality again. Let them play. Let them fight it out. Which, normally I would agree with you. But the way that things are trending now, you have to look at it.
Everyone plays fair. I don't know what you want from me here.
I mean...
I want men playing football.
You have to be more sneaky. You have to be sneakier. AKA, in the game against the Giants... in the game against the Giants, a player held the other player's glove strap because it was hanging loose.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why he couldn't get his hand up to catch a ball. That's sneaky. That's good. He played by these new rules, but he still played aggressive. You just have to be smarter.
Yeah. Moving on. I don't have anything else to say about that. Cam Newton couldn't get it done. That's all I know. Patriots, Seahawks. Russell Wilson proves he's the second best quarterback in the NFL behind Mahomes. And Cam Newton deserves his only $1 million contract.
I mean... Cam Newton...
He didn't win it. I don't want to hear it. He didn't win it.
Cam Newton played a good game.
I don't want to hear it.
Cam Newton played a good game.
Why didn't you run into the right? That's all I want to know.
Wait, so you don't like Cam Newton?
No, I like Cam. I think he's a better passer than Lamar. I don't think he's a better runner anymore, just because his body's just taking so many hits. That's Carolina's fault. I don't know what the call was. Just like I didn't know what the Seahawks call with Marshawn Lynch a couple years ago. I don't get why you run to the left. You obviously overstacked the left side with blockers, and they're all why don't you run a option route or an option run, fake the handoff going left, and have Cam run right? Like, I was calling it at my TV.
Yeah, no, everyone was pretty much knowing what they were about to do. They did it earlier in the game. They got touchdown off of it. They snapped it in the shotgun to Cam Newton, let two blockers go in front of him, just running through a hole and let him pick one.
He was waiting.
There was too much hesitation. The Seahawks knew. Now, what they should have done, run the exact same thing, let Cam act like he's about to run, have a tight end sneak out the back and do that little dump, because I guarantee that would have been open.
You know what? I take it back because Julian lost that game. Julian Edelman?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm remembering the game now, and you know what? Cam didn't lose the game. Julian did. It was literally in his hands.
Yeah, with the drop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Horrible. Wide open. It was almost as bad as the Detroit Lions drop.
I mean, Julian Edelman has had drops.
He led the league in drops last year.
He's had drops over his whole career.
I apologize if I offended any Cam Newton fans. I'm remembering now, and yeah, that one doesn't fall on Cam. I'll give it to you.
Cam's playing his heart out, man, and Belichick's making him look good.
And he's making Belichick's on the commercial now.
Oh yeah, the little Subway commercial.
You gotta look good. You gotta cut off your sleeves.
Yeah, man. I mean, all he had to do was eat a sandwich. He just had to take one bite out of a sandwich.
No, it took him time to leave for him to start doing commercials. Both of them. I just think they're both trying to win this divorce. I honestly think that's what it is.
You think mom and dad, angry Karen mom of Tom Brady yelling at his team, and big old grumpy dad and Bill Belichick are just trying to win a divorce over the NFL
Yeah,
fans?
I think Belichick's trying to show Tom, look, I can be fun. And Brady's just like, no, I want weapons. I don't want fun. I want stability.
Yeah. No. I think you're completely right on that one. But Seahawks look good. Russ looked good again. Metcalf is scary.
Oh,
Lockett's a good receiver.
Gilmore looked
Gilmore's about to get jumped.
Gilmore is still the best cornerback in the league.
Yes.
Let's get that out here. But he looked like a child with DK. DK is a whole different... That man looks like a linebacker.
Yeah, he looks like Cam Chancellor.
And he's freaking running four fours?
Four threes.
Four threes, wide receiver going 6'3", I think
6'4".
4? There's no one who's going to... He's the next Megatron.
Yep.
I'm putting it out there. He's the next Megatron. He's going to be my new favorite receiver. I'm getting his jersey. It's over.
So, let's move on to the Raiders and Saints, the game that just happened for us.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Saints.
Surprising outcome, to say the least. First win in Las Vegas for a football team. Derek Carr looked pretty good.
Are you going to be like you were in hockey and jump on the Las Vegas team?
No, God no. Actually, I have a gripe. And I want to say this out loud. And I want everybody to comment down below if you agree with me or not. Because I feel so strongly about this that the NFL messed up and the Raiders organization messed up.
What?
When you move to Vegas, you need to retire the Raiders. You needed to change your goddamn name. You needed to put respect on the Oakland Raiders franchise. Their legacy, John Madden. You needed to retire their name, and whenever a team ever went back to Oakland, then you can have that name.
Can I tell you something?
What?
You're right halfway through.
And why is that?
Because they should have never moved.
No, it's lucrative.
No,
lucrative.
It should.
Money.
Why are the Chargers and the Rams playing in the same building? It's like the Clippers and Lakers. They're renting. Put the Chargers there. They had no fan base in San Diego anyway.
Nope.
Put the Chargers in. Dude, it's perfect. You can't make anything but more money. You just lost maybe not lost, but definitely Oakland feels spite. They don't like you right now. They think you took... It's like Seattle with the NBA. You just can't do that. You leave that storied franchise there. But you take one that doesn't have a real good history other than LaDainian Tomlinson and Antonio Gates. I'm
Gates.
sorry.
Old Man Rivers.
Old Man, literally, like, those are the top 3 players on the top of my head right now.
Junior Seau?
You're more of a head than I am in this, so that means nothing to me. I'm sorry.
Greatest linebacker of all time, the one that started the whole CTE.
I know he has bad controversy right now, but Brian Urlacher and then Ray Lewis take the cake for me.
Yikes.
Really? Like,
that's rough.
Everything out the door, only on the field, since we like to do that for T.O.
Okay.
Brian Urlacher and Ray Lewis are not the greatest linebackers of all time?
No. Not inside linebackers, no.
Oh, wow. Okay. Maybe I gotta do my homework for him. I'll do my homework for the guy you just said.
Junior Seau.
I'll do my homework.
Watch the 30th.
But I got to see both of them. Even old Urlacher and Ray were dominant. I just don't know. But,
comments. Please. Leave a comment down below, wherever you're listening to.
You know what we're going to do? We're gonna. I want the comments. Dave, can you put a poll on Twitter?
Yeah.
Dave, I want 3. Urlacher, Ray, and who did you say?
Junior Seau?
Junior Seau.
All in one poll?
Who's your top guy?
Yes, sir.
So we'll see. And then we'll release the results on our next podcast.
Okay. No problem.
We'll go with that.
We'll get that done. There'll be a poll on Facebook and Twitter.
Facebook, Twitter. We can do it on Insta, right?
We'll figure it out. It'll be on our social medias. It'll be on our pages. Leave a comment on the YouTube. Leave a comment in SoundCloud. Wherever you listen to this at, tell us. Tell us who you think your greatest linebacker of all time should be, and we'll have a poll up there. We'll come back with your results.
I feel like we're going to get a lot of bias since we're in Chicago.
I mean, obviously.
But anyway, going back to on topic with Raiders and Saints. Ryan, you told me earlier, Breeze looks old.
Breeze looks old.
Breeze, I mean, that one interception where he's getting smushed, that would never happen 10 years ago.
No.
And I'm getting afraid that my childhood is coming to an end with Brady Breeze, Phillip, Eli's already come to an end.
Your childhood has come to an end. Just accept it already.
I can't. I'm nostalgic. I think. I don't know. I think they're gonna go in the playoffs, make some noise. The Saints.
I mean, of course, they're the Saints.
But they're gonna fizzle out every other year, like they do every other year.
Yes, I think that they're going to start fizzling out more and more, earlier and earlier each time now.
What about your expectations for the Raiders?
Raiders.
I mean, this could be really good for them since they moved. They want to feel like they proved something. Derek Carr is looking exactly like I thought he was going to be when they first drafted him.
Josh Jacobs is looking like a monster.
Yes.
Raiders have a chance to make the playoffs. I'm not going to count them out. I'm going to say they have a very, very strong chance to make the playoffs.
Okay. Moving on to, we've been talking about them all night, the Bears. The Bears and Giants.
We got gifted another win. And I hate to say it, a win's a win's a win. But I don't want to be that team where you have to say a win is a win is a win. The Bears have such high expectations with us. The Bears have such high expectations with themselves that...
Bro, they predicted we were going to go with 3 wins, 3-13 this year. No one predicted we were going to have a good season.
I mean, Bears fans did.
We're delusional. We think Trubisky's still the answer.
I mean, he's looking like the guy right now.
Notice
I said guy right now. I didn't say guy of the future. Guy right now.
That's sad. Number 2 pick. Thank you, number 2.
You know, you don't hit on all of them.
We're going to go gold number now. Number 2.
You don't hit on all of them.
Yeah, we don't hit on any. Not since Sid Luckman.
Roquan Smith?
No, I'm talking quarterbacks.
Oh.
We haven't hit any since the fucking 40s.
Well, maybe we just need to start trading for quarterbacks.
I mean, we could just do the Browns and just trade for everybody since someone wants to come here, it looks like.
A little bit. We might have to start that. But getting back to the game, Saquon Barkley, injured, torn ACL. Mm-hmm. He's on your fantasy team. I know you're highly upset about that.
I lost by 4 points, and it's because of him. I'm so upset. But we got to shout out our boy Julian Love.
Yep, definitely have to shout him out.
Childhood friend. Great 2 for 2 on Bears games, getting INTs.
Yeah,
got one last year and got one the last Sunday. So shout out to him. Having a great career so far. He's finally getting first team reps. And I think Bethea's really rubbed off on him.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's older. He can't do what he used to do, but he's giving that knowledge to Julian, and he's a hard worker.
I mean, the Bears should have steamrolled this team, and their defense, the Giants' defense, held them. I mean, they might not have looked good in the first half, but in the second half, they found out what Mitch was doing with the play action. They nailed him down, and they got it back in. Danny Dimes came in and did his little comeback. Danny Dimes. I mean, Montgomery at the end, though, poured it on. The running game looked
He also
strong.
didn't have Sterling Shepard. He got hurt, too. I mean, you lose one of your top options for receiving.
Yep.
Then your top offensive option altogether. If you win, the whole team should buy you drinks.
No. I don't know, man. It's really bad to say that we probably should be. We should be
0-2. Call it like it is.
Okay,
we're lucky as hell. Without the drop and without Saquon going out, we're losers.
We'll see how this next week goes when we have Atlanta. That's going to be actually our first real test.
Well, Khalil Mack's going to get 2 sacks, and they're still going to run it up on us.
You think so?
Yeah. It's either going to be play action all day with Tiger, and we're going to go tackle the hell out of Gurley, but leave Matty Ice with Ridley and Julio if he doesn't drop it. We're going to have them just running it all day on us.
I hope you're wrong. But I guess we're going to have to see.
I mean, looking next week, who the Packers play next week? That's what I want to see. Titans-Vikings. I'm going Titans.
Why are you Why is that even a question? Like I said, Vikings are
Okay.
hot garbage.
So they're going to go 0-3
Okay.
if what we're saying is true.
Right.
Lions, Cardinals. Obviously Cardinals.
Obviously Cardinals.
Packers, Saints.
Oh, I forgot. They have a hard week 3, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Saints are going to be on the... Who's at home for that one?
I'll check that for you.
You know what? It doesn't even matter because there's no fans.
I mean, yes, but no. Wisconsin's letting... I think they are letting fans...
No, there's no fans for the Lambeau Leap.
Oh, isn't it not?
Yeah, that was the big thing.
Okay.
They're doing Lambeau Leap with no fans there, so...
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter, travel.
Sure.
But, if the Saints look like how they did this week, which I think they're going to come back with a vengeance, the Bears, if they get lucky again, could be top in the division.
Could be.
Knock on wood. I don't want to jinx it. But let's get lucky 3 weeks in a row, guys.
Let's go Bears.
Bears.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be switching it up a little bit. We're going to go into fantasy right now. I'm going to tell you about a couple people who you should be looking at on the waiver wire.
All right. We're going quarterbacks. Ryan, give it to you first. Who's your top pick?
Top pick on the waiver wire, depending on what type of league you're in. If it's a very deep league, I'm actually going to suggest that you go with Fitzmagic. Fitzmagic. If you need someone, say Jimmy G got hurt, you're looking at the waiver wire, you're not really sure who to go with, you know, you can pick Tyrod or Herbert, whoever is going to start there. You might have Haskins there, you might have Darnold there. I'm going to go with Fitzmagic.
I think Darnold's like undraftable. I mean, until they get another Robbie Anderson, they have nobody.
I mean, you look at week 3 right now. They're going to Jacksonville. Minshew Mania is going to run wild. He's going to be slinging it.
I can't believe Jaguars are going to go 2-1.
He's going to be slinging it. Ryan Fitzpatrick is going to have no option but to sling it back. I think it's going to be a ridiculously high...
Miami's going against...
Yes.
Okay.
So I think it's going to be a shootout of Fitzmagic and Minshew Mania, and we're going to have some high points in that
I'm
one.
actually going to take Dolphins on that.
Yeah?
I'm going Dolphins. But for my quarterback, I'm going Tyrod Taylor. Like I said earlier, they've already said Tyrod's going to start for the next foreseeable future. If you have a bye coming up within the first 6 weeks, you keep Tyrod. If it's after, it's a toss-up. Then maybe you want to switch over to Herbert. But right now, I'm going Tyrod. Switching over to running backs, I'm going with Deion Lewis. He put up 11 points in just 3 quarters, all receiving almost. He's going to have a heavier workload for the Giants, and hopefully he can give you at least 10 to 13 points. If he's your flex, it's a good move. But if he's one of your top 2 running backs, you're in trouble.
So that's not a bad pick. I could agree with you there. He's obviously going to be one of the starters. I would be careful, though. They are working out Devontae Freeman, so Freeman might come in, might steal a couple snaps from them in the beginning, and then overall it might turn to Freeman. It could be a committee backfield back there, but as of right now, I think that's a good sneaky little pickup.
Let's also put that we do this weekly.
Yes.
So he could easily drop next week.
Exactly. So as I'm looking at our waiver wire, I'm seeing a couple that jump out at me. Obviously, number 1 this week, if Mostert is not going to be in and you have Tevin Coleman on doubtful, Jerick McKinnon is your number 1 pickup for any league if he's still there. That's no doubt about it. McKinnon's averaging good points right now, even with having Mostert and Coleman there already. He's not your every down back, but he scampers. He scampers for 25 here, 25 there. 1 TD with 3 catches. It's going to be good, especially if Jimmy G can't go. and they have their backup in, it's going to be check down, check down, check down, check down, check down. McKinnon's going to get screens like Shanahan loves to run. He's going to run all over them.
Going to receivers, I got Larry Fitz. I don't know if he's getting picked up in a lot of leagues. Doesn't look like on our boards. But with D-Hop getting doubled and Christian Kirk the second option, Larry Fitzgerald is getting a lot of single coverage with the third cornerback, and he is making every catch. So I'm going Larry Fitz if you're looking for a wide receiver option just to pick up as your bench.
So I think Larry Fitz would be a good option. Obviously, in deeper leagues, he might be picked up already. I'm going to give you one that is probably a little more obscure. People might not know his name. I mentioned him earlier, and I'm riding this hype train all the way to the bank.
Is it a Green Bay Packers one?
It's not a Green Bay Packers one. Laviska Shenault Jr. Don't ask me how to spell it because it has all kind of crazy letters in there. It makes no sense, but this man's putting up points. And I can see from my app right now, he's only 17% rostered. Only 17% rostered in all of Yahoo Fantasy Leagues. His first two games were against Indy and Tennessee. He put up 13 and 10 points. He's a double-digit wide receiver right now. So I think that's going to be a sneaky pickup besides DJ Chark.
Besides DJ Chark.
Give him time to cut.
Just pause the fucking thing. I just have to golf so badly, bro.
Yeah. So that's why I think Laviska Shenault should definitely be one of your sneaky wide receiver pickups.
Okay. I got going for tight ends. Jordan Reed had a big game. Scored 2 touchdowns for the first time in 730-something days. Just because this man's injury prone. He's back, it looks like, and it's going to be a good year for him if he stays in this offense. What about you?
I got Mo Alley Cox. Most of you would not have heard of him. I bet you don't even know what team he's on. He's on the Indianapolis Colts. And with Jack Doyle,
you mean with Old Man Rivers thrown in?
Old Man Rivers. Huh. With Jack Doyle being out, he's your number one starter. The man's a 6'8" monster who eats. This week against Minnesota, he averaged 16 points.
Phillip Rivers is about to make another good name. That's all I want to hear.
I don't think Phillip Rivers has ever made a good name.
I mean, Gates was just one. Keenan Allen.
So you're saying Rivers made those people, and
they're not good. Someone had to throw to them.
And they're not good.
Someone had to throw to them. That's all I'm saying. Moving on.
All right. I think we're going to switch gears altogether now. That was a long list.
Very long. Now we're going basketball.
NBA.
I am at a heavy heart with saying R.I.P. Kobe. But AD said Kobe in that game.
Yeah, when AD hit that game winner, I mean,
he literally yelled Kobe like everyone does, fading away from a trash can. He said, Kobe.
I mean, AD went to the Lakers for a reason. He went to the Lakers to win a championship. Mm-hmm. That's plain and simple. He went to the Lakers to play with LeBron and win a championship.
Yeah, I mean, LeBron just needs another top 5 player in the whole NBA to be good in the playoffs. I mean, make the playoffs just with that.
Listen, I'm not going to say anything about it. LeBron is the greatest player of this decade. LeBron is the greatest player of this decade.
Okay.
He's been the face of the NBA for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
He is one of the greats.
I say he's number 2. I'm just comparing him to Jordan, and he'll never be number 1. I gotta compare the GOAT. That's just whatever.
Either way,
AD saved his bacon. That's all. Jokic was putting this game away until AD said Kobe, and Kobe took over.
So do you think the Nuggets have a chance?
No.
No chance in hell?
I think they're gonna win. They're gonna go 5 games, win 1 game now. I'm still sticking with my pick with Lakers versus Boston, even though Miami's putting up a hell of a fight.
Miami, my dogs, have faith all day. Roo, Jimmy Buckets. He's not going to be denied.
I don't know. Unless we need a hero. I think Tyler Hero is going to be the X factor.
You think so?
Well, we already know what Jimmy and Bam are going to do.
Okay.
It's got to be either Duncan Robinson or Tyler Hero coming off the bench or whoever it is.
Making them threes?
Making threes and making plays. Whatever it is. I think it's going to be Tyler Hero. He's the first player since Kobe and D. Wade to not score in single digits, to score double digits in every game in the playoffs.
That's an interesting stat.
Yeah. Thanks. Knowledge. But I'm going
Google.
for my prediction. I'm still going Boston in 7 games against the Lakers.
Boston in 7.
Boston in 7 against the Lakers. Gordon Hayward's finally getting PT. He's going to get his legs back under him, and he's going to make a big difference.
So how many games do you think this Boston series with the Heat is going?
7 games.
So now you're switching it to 7.
Yeah, I said 6 last podcast, I believe. So I'm going 7. I didn't think the Heat were going to go 2-0.
And the man called it.
What'd you say? You said Heat in 6?
Heat in 6.
Oh, we'll see now.
Heat in 6 is looking really good right now. That's a good betting line. And on the other side, I agree with you. Lakers are going to steamroll the Nuggets. Lakers are just...
Jamal Murray's not it.
Stop with the Murray comments.
Jamal Murray,
you hate Lamar Jackson, you hate all the new age players.
No, Jamal's not. He's not the right Jamal. Jamal Crawford, boy, he would cross everybody up.
Like I said, he doesn't like anybody over the age of or under the age of 30. You don't like anybody under the age of 30.
I don't like LeBron. And I love Tyler Hero. I love Tatum. Love Bam.
You love all the weird players.
How is they weird? They're putting up the stats. I don't see Murray putting up stats this series. Jokic is putting up stats. That's my boy right there. Jokic, the Joker.
Exactly, the Joker. Just like the joke with all the people that you like.
I don't know if you say so.
You like 2K players. You don't like real NBA players.
You are the one with 2K with Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray's hot garbage. Garbage.
Jamal Murray is the new evolution of the point guard.
Yeah?
Yep.
How many All-Stars is he going to make?
How many All-Stars?
Yeah.
In his career, I say he's going to make...
1. If that.
7. 7.
Sir, whatever you are smoking, can I please have... Whatever you are... I really need that. That's... Sounds like a really good senator right there. Dude. We're moving on. I can't talk basketball with you, my friend. We got to go to baseball.
Baseball.
We got to go to baseball and put in our picks.
Our picks for...
The playoffs.
Playoffs.
We're starting to get clinches.
Yep.
We're starting to know what the playoffs are going to look like.
White Sox clinching, baby. Yankees up there, too. You got the Padres. I mean... Who else?
In the NL, Cubs, Braves, Dodgers, the usual suspects.
Yep.
Who do you have as your top 4 teams?
Top 4 teams.
Who do you got going for the AL? The basically their
right.
The ALC. I'm like blanking on the lettering.
American League.
There's ALCD something.
ALCS.
Something like that. It's
sure.
Who you got your top 2 teams in the AL and the top 2 teams in the NL?
I mean, who do I think will be...
In the championship games.
In the championship.
In the pennants.
In the pennants. I'm going to go with... Obviously, I have to be a homer. I think the Sox are just going to ride high.
Oh, of course. Fucking Southsiders.
But I think the Yankees won't be denied either.
All rise for the judge.
And I think those 2 are going to be there. And looking on the other side... Jose Quintana is coming back to the Cubs right now. They're going to have decent starting pitching. Their bullpen's still a little suspect.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Bryant actually just got injured tonight.
Thanks.
I don't know if you saw that update.
I didn't, but thanks
he
for
left
crushing my dreams.
He left the game with an injury. I'm not sure what it is. We're going to have to look at that. But Chris Bryant's now out. I'm going to say the Cubs just because you guys have the experience and the good players still. But I don't think you're getting past these Dodgers.
Oh, you got the Dodgers?
I have the Dodgers.
Oh, we are. I mean, we're worlds apart right now. Well, not worlds. AL, I got Astros, Yankees. The cheaters, unfortunately, are good. I'm so mad about the cheaters even being in this conversation.
Yeah.
But Verlander, my favorite pitcher of all time.
Another old head, for sure.
Dude, I grew up with him. Stop hating.
Exactly. You just...
Well, Verlander, but that's what wins championships, is experience and good pitching in playoffs for baseball. Well, Verlander, Greinke, you got a two-headed monster. It's kind of looking like the Dodgers with Kershaw and Greinke, but they were also younger. They're more experienced now. They have Altuve. Oh, excuse me. They got Bregman. I think they're going to go crazy. Hopefully they don't bang on trash cans this time. But the Yankees, if I had to pick one to come out, I'm picking Yankees. And for the NL, Cubs, Braves, I got to go on my Cubbies, pulling it out. But Acuna Jr., him and Judge are going to be the two biggest. It's going to be like Sammy and Barry going at it.
Think so?
I swear. I think we know who Barry is.
Yes,
Okay.
obviously. The Braves are an interesting pick. Now, I haven't seen a lot of them this year, so I don't have that much info on them. But from previous knowledge and just of what I've seen recently, the Braves are the sneaky pick here. The Braves are the ones that are probably going to get in, fly under the radar, win their series in sevens.
They're going to be like the Heat. No one's going to take them seriously.
Yep. Win their series in 7 games, and then make it to damn near the end, and everyone's going to be looking at them and see that they just hit a hot streak.
Yep.
They hit the hot streak, they want to win, and they're here to slug it out. And I think that's a sneaky good pick to put some money on. If you're betting, I might go put some money on the Braves.
Are you trying to bet with me, or you want me to go to FanDuel right now?
No, I'm telling our listeners and our viewers, for a bet, I bet you can get a really good.
The over under. Right, you could probably put 5, and if they do it, you would make at least $30-$40.
Probably.
So safe bet. I like it. Moving on, Ryan.
Yes.
With updates of UFC, take it away, my friend.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, like we said, we're going to try and cover multiple different sports. We're going to be here to appease everyone. So, we have some UFC news. Some UFC fights that just happened this Saturday. So we're going to run through those. I'm going to tell you a little bit about each person, give you some background, and we're going to discuss this. All right. So for your main card, for your first fight, it was a middleweight bout. Kevin Holland and Darren Stewart. Both these guys, nothing really spectacular about them. They're just a filler. They're at the bottom of the card. Kevin Holland won by decision in round 3. It went the full distance. Both guys came out trying to knock each other's heads off. Lost a little bit of steam along the way. It's what happens. Went to the judges. Nothing spectacular in this one. The next bout, women's strawweight, you have Mackenzie Dern, whose record is 9-1, and Randa Marcos, who's 10-10. So Marcos here, obviously the underdog. She lost the fight, which is upsetting to me, because Dern is a damn good fighter, and this was just a lopsided fight. I don't even know why this one got scheduled. It would just seem like a pad the stats for Dern. She won by submission in round 1 with at the 344 mark. Not much to say else. It was a good submission. I believe it was a choke, if I'm not mistaken.
Armbar.
Armbar? It was an armbar.
Thank you, Dave.
Yep, that's my producer, Dave.
Thank you.
It was an armbar. Good fight. Fast fight. Just kind of like the rest of these are about to be. So then we're moving on to light heavyweight. We got Johnny Walker. No, we're not talking about the alcohol.
Why you look at me when you say that?
Because we all know what you like to do.
Me, I'm straight edge over here, my friend.
Straight edge, you heard him.
Straight edge, CM Punk style.
Oh, God. Good shout out for UFC, I guess, since, like, he tried to fight there, but anyway.
WWE, real sport.
Anyway, Johnny Walker versus Ryan Spann. We got our first knockout of the night. Coming in round one at 2:43. Johnny Walker takes it, knocks Spann out. Good fight. Both guys, again, coming out swinging. It's what you expect from these two guys. Let's get into which I think is the fight of the night. And excuse me if I butcher his name. Kazmet Chimenev versus Gerald Merskert. This one went 17 seconds, folks. 17 seconds. He came out. Kazmet came out and threw one punch. One punch. For all you anime fans, this was One Punch Man in real life. He threw one punch and knocked his ass out. This is the same man that won 2 fights in 10 days. He holds a record for the quickest two wins in UFC history. He's an up-and-comer. His time is now. If any of you are looking up this man, Kazmet Chermeskov, look him up now. I'm telling you, he's going to be big in the UFC. Big fan right here. Next fight at welterweight, you got Donald Cowboy Cerrone, who is an old-timer, long-time veteran of the UFC, versus Nico Price. This one actually was a draw. This was a stalemate. This was a horrible fight. This is one of those fights where Donald Cerrone, you could just tell, needs to retire. He needs to quit fighting. You understand he loves it. He had a great championship run about 3-4 fights ago, but that ended. Conor McGregor knocked his ass out. He doesn't look the same. He needs to go. Dana White, the president of the UFC, even said that he's going to talk to him about retiring or at least slowing down. Like I said, it went to all 3 rounds. Decision, draw, nothing exciting with that one. And for the main event, at welterweight, you had Colby Covington versus Tyron Woodley. This one, Covington won in the 5th round with 1:19 left when Woodley's ribs broke. Covington was on top of him. He was ground and pounding him. He shifted his weight, and his knee somehow, or his weight, snapped Woodley's ribs, and Woodley was crying in pain, saying that he's done. He taps out, and Covington comes off of his body, all happy, all yelling like Covington does. This guy is a human dirtball. Don't get me wrong. This guy is fully controversial. He doesn't care what he says. He'll call people absolutely disgusting names to try and get inside their head. He's a dirty fighter. He's good. Don't get me wrong. He obviously hurt Tyron Woodley. He gave Usman a little bit of a fight. He's a tough fighter. He fought with a broken jaw before. We'll see what's next for him. If he gets another shot with Usman, or if Masvidal comes down and tries to take him out. Either way, Tyron Woodley, he's probably going to retire. Or at least the company thinks that he should retire. He was a champ at one point. No one could beat him. His time is over. and he needs to start packing it in. That's my little update with the fights that just happened. Let me give you a little scoop on what's about to come next week at UFC 253. So, the two big fights that are happening next week. You have light heavyweight Dominic Reyes and Jan Blachowicz. I'm sorry if I butcher that name. He's Polish, so it's a little bit hard for me.
Oh, I want to hear the accent.
So, light heavyweight Dominic Reyes and Jan. Both these guys are now fighting for John Jones' vacated belt. It's going to be a great scrap. Jan knocks people out like it's nobody's business. And Reyes is a technical fighter who's going to stick and move. So we're going to see these two styles match up. I'm betting it's a great brawl. These guys are going to be so technical, trying to get that knockout punch. For the main card, the fight that everybody's been dying to see, you have Israel Adesanya and Paulo Costa. These two animals are different people. They're in the middleweight division, folks. The middleweight division. That's 185 pounds. Paulo Costa looks like an inflated balloon animal at 185 pounds. He is jacked. And I mean Instagram model jacked. And then you have Israel Adesanya, who is the same weight as him, but looks like a stick figure. The difference with these two are Adesanya picks his punches.
I feel like I know who you're going to bet with now. Who your favorite is.
You think so?
Just from your descriptions.
Okay. Adesanya, he picks his punches. He doesn't get hit. He has a lengthy style. He's going to throw out that jab. And when he hits you, he knows he's going to hit you. He knows he's going to hurt you because he's so calculated. Paulo Costa, he is the most durable middleweight that I have seen besides Yoel Romero. He has a chin like none other, and he throws bombs, and he doesn't stop his pressure. He throws bombs at you that you can't duck out of because he's so fast. And if you think, tell me who you think I would pick in this fight.
Costa.
Nope, I'm taking Adesanya, the champ. He is so calculated. He is a different animal. Paulo will rush him. He will try and throw crazy kicks at him. Adesanya is going to win on jabs.
Well, it's a good thing you're not the expert and I am.
I'm glad you told me all of this information, Chris.
I mean, obviously, I gave it to you.
Obviously. So that's my little rant on the UFC, folks. Chris?
Well, tonight, we would like to thank everyone who tuned in last week. We almost hit 650 views with Facebook, YouTube, and SoundCloud alone. We can't thank you guys enough.
Amazing.
We hope you guys stay to listening on Facebook, YouTube, SoundCloud. You can catch us at the Ballz Deep Podcast. Add us on our Snapchat, Twitter, and Instagram. Links will all be in the description. Remember to like, comment, and share as well. Have a great week, and remember to always go Balls Deep.